good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to From Visitors to Members. My name is David Ellis. I am the Senior Sales Manager here at Ventrata.
Hi, and I'm Katie Field. I'm the Product Owner for Memberships and Backend from Ventrata.
Fantastic. So this is the first in a series of webinars. We're going to be sharing on product updates, integrations, partnerships, as well as expert discussions. So we're excited to get this started. I personally am very excited to get this started because it's something I've been working on for a bit now. But after the video or after the webinar, if you guys want to come back, we are going to be sharing a recording of this. And as we go through the presentation, if you have questions, feel free to post those in the comments or on LinkedIn if you want. Now, if you have questions after the fact, you can also contact us on our website or LinkedIn as well. So let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, thanks, David. So in terms of what we'll be covering today, we'll be going through what are memberships and why are they so important to our industry. We'll be introducing then the new membership functionality that Ventrata have brought out and how it can support your business strategies, whether that's your current business strategies or actually something that you're thinking of having as a strategy in the future. We'll then summarise our list of current features, so what's available out of the box today, but we'll also give you a snapshot of what's to come, so those future plans and iterations based on our roadmap. So David, what are memberships?
Yeah. So at its core, memberships, they really provide a set of benefits and entitlements as a result of purchasing. In most cases, it's the goal of increasing loyalty with your customers, your guests, your visitors. So typically what you find is guests may want a lower price if they want to visit a lot. In the case of nonprofits, maybe they want to support the organization. So a membership gives this opportunity to engage at a deeper level with your visitors and guests. So now the nice part about memberships is it actually generates recurring revenue. So outside of the initial membership sale, guests who become members visit more and spend more, and in some cases actually become advocates for your organization. So telling their friends, they may want to use their guest tickets, for example, if that's one of the benefits. So there's a stat out there, and we're happy to provide the detail on this, but members actually provide 4.5 times more value than a single visit and a person who doesn't have a membership. So Kaylee, have you seen this in the past in your history? The increased spend?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, my experience is from a for-profit organisation, and what you tend to find there is that from someone visiting, you normally would have a budget for the day, right? People have disposable incomes, and they're quite tight at the moment. So, you've got a budget for the day. If you've not actually included that general admission within that budget, you're more than likely going to actually have that secondary spend on site. So, whether this be on F&B, buying something as a gift from the retail outlet, or even just ice cream and drinks as you're walking around for the kids, right? So this is all insights that I've seen personally from previous experience, and even since working at Ventrata as well.
Yeah, I know when I was a member at our local science center, we would pop in and out just because it was easy access and we didn't have to pay for the admission every time. So if we had an hour or two free, we'd take the kids over, we'd do a couple of activities, and we would stop by the concession stand, for example. So totally get that. Yeah,
exactly that. And also, I guess, even not just a short site as well. Like, so if there's an all-day like theme park as an example there, normally if you've got a general admission, you're planning to spend the whole day there, right? You want to get your money's worth. Whereas when you've got a membership, actually the kids are broken up early from school. Perhaps I'm popping in for the afternoon. I need to plan, and I don't need to make sure I've spent the whole day there to make my money's worth. And you're still having the secondary spends when you're there. So what you're actually seeing at that point is you're having more frequent visitors, but potentially shorter visits, as well as those longer visits in there as well.
Yeah, fantastic. So obviously with the numbers, that much more value, you're going to want to get more members as fast as possible. So that's one of the things that Ventrata has done. The way that we've structured this is the ability to use our existing upsell and cross-sell feature within the product to be able to upsell. If somebody's purchasing a general admission ticket, you can go ahead and upsell them to membership. And the really nice part is it works across all sales channels. So not only online and of course in the back office, but we've even enabled this on kiosks. So if somebody walks up, you can actually upsell them, tell them the benefit of what the membership offers, that they can come all year round for free, for example. And typically you're going to get a higher level of engagement and sales because of that at that point of purchase, which is fantastic. So in addition to being able to upsell to a membership, memberships also offer the ability to upsell other products. So as you get somebody engaged, they go in to book a future visit, you can upsell them to different experiences, maybe temporary exhibits or special features like Boo at the Zoo or some other ones. Do you have some examples from your background, Kaylee?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, some of the things that I've seen is maybe specific events. So maybe you're doing a special event where maybe you're not doing it as part of the membership, but you're doing it maybe as a discount, or maybe you've got a partner attraction. So the membership is specifically for one site, but actually you've got sister sites that aren't too far away, and then you can naturally just upsell those. It comes naturally in that purchase journey, and certainly flexible within MenTrata too.
Perfect. And I think you had an example from a previous employer that you used memberships to kind of tie people into the organization and prevent competition from getting their hooks into them. So would love to hear about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of that sort of competitor advantage, and it might be stating the obvious here, but if I have paid for a membership, a yearly membership to an organization, I'm then less likely to then be visiting one of the competitors and actually paying a general admission price for it. Normally, as soon as you've bought that membership, you are committed and you're tied in, and actually it makes you feel that sense of community. And if you follow some specific membership forums for specific organizations, you'll actually see this very in the flesh, essentially, and how loyal they actually are to those organizations.
Yeah, it's kind of a little side benefit, and I think important to note there. The other thing, and it's not mentioned on this slide, but the other benefit that you can use membership for is employee tickets. So this is not driving recurring revenue, but it's something that's an extra benefit to your employees. So if they have the ability to give guest tickets to their friends or family, you can give them a free membership, and then they can log in and redeem those guest tickets for friends and family and other benefits as well. So just another side benefit and a way to extend the use of memberships there. So when you want to maximize the uptake of memberships, I think the most important thing is tuning your benefits to ensure that they meet what your guests want. And in order to do that, you have to see what people are utilizing as part of the membership. So with our standard reporting, Ventrata actually gives you the ability to run reports on usage, how many times people are booking, how many times they're actually redeeming, and that includes guest ticket usage. So not only are you finding out how many times your members are coming, but how many times they're giving out their guest tickets, how many times those guests are coming, and then you can see adoption numbers and use that to tweak your benefits. Make sure that the memberships are hitting home to drive more sales. Anything you wanted to add to that on the data insights, Kaylee, before we move on?
Yeah, I guess at that point you can then actually look further into what your actual membership offering is, like what tiers you have. So from those benefits that you have, could you add a more premium tier in terms of like having off-peak and peak, all of those types in there as well. So and you can get that exactly, you can make those strategic decisions based on those data insights.
Right. Member only hours, pre-sales before the general public, things like that. So,
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So I think at this point, we want to go through what Ventrata's membership looks like, the membership solution, how we process through that on the web, and what's available today. So I think what we're going to start with is the actual membership purchase online. So what members look like when they purchase, what it looks like when they go online to redeem a membership. So once a membership is purchased online, and it's just like a product, every other product in Ventrata, a couple of differences that we'll talk about going through here, but you can sell membership checkout. You can purchase those online, and once that membership is purchased, you can either produce a physical membership card once they arrive, or they can go ahead and download their membership to an Apple or Google Wallet. Expiration dates are automatically showed and tracked, and enforcing that when redeeming benefits. So that, I think, is a really key thing, that somebody gets the benefits for a period of time. They may still have a membership for towards the end of it, but they want to book in the future. Ventrata is going to enforce that they can't book that because it's outside of their membership window. So for any Ventrata customers viewing this, so all of the normal features for other products can be used for memberships, like controlling sales channels, adding upsells or cross-sell items, and managing pricing as well. Okay, so once somebody purchases a membership and they get to the point where they want to redeem, if we can go to the next slide, we're going to look at the flow of redeeming a membership. So inside the web checkout, and existing Ventrata customers, you may notice this now in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, there is a member login button. Now, this member login button, it triggers a pop-up that provides login options, and our users can use any or all of these. So email, phone, or member number. Now, once somebody selects the login, whether it's the order reference, the mobile, or email, next slide, we're going to allow your members to log in via any one of these. So if they use an email, it's going to trigger what we call a magic link. So it'll send a confirmation code in their email. If they log in with their phone number, it's going to text a confirmation code that they can punch in. We've all done that before, other logins. And then member numbers actually require your last name to confirm. Now, once you get in and are validated and confirmed, if you only have one membership, it will allow you to go ahead and log in. And if we can, sorry, I think I'm a slide behind. So you can actually go ahead and log in and redeem those benefits. But we do have the ability to have multiple memberships. So, in the case of maybe a parent membership and a child membership, or if you have an individual or dual membership and maybe a young professionals membership that you don't pay for, you can actually choose which membership you're selecting if you've got multiple memberships before you actually go and redeem those benefits, which is, I think, a really nice feature that they get to pick those. So, so the key to this, the next slide, once you log in, you're going to get access to two different types of benefits. And the ticket benefit gives you access to exclusive ticket benefits that only members can access, like free admission. And then promotions leverages our existing promotion tool and functionality. You can apply to other products or events or items in the system. We'll go to the next slide. So digging in this a little bit from a ticket benefit pre-login, you can see that when somebody goes into the web checkout, they're only presented with the adult and child ticket options. Once they click that member login, confirm their membership, two new ticket options pop up. And in this case, it's member and member companion. Now, these tickets are enforceable, and you can see in the example that we've got on the screen here that once I've selected one membership, I can't go to two, and that's because of the rules that we've set up in that membership that limit member free tickets to the number of tickets in their membership. So if you've got an individual membership versus a dual versus a family, for example, that can control how many tickets they can put into their cart. And it also can enforce a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you've got a membership that allows one adult ticket and one child ticket, we can enforce limits on one adult and one child as they book. Now, the final thing I wanted to mention here, you notice the member companion tickets there, also known as guest tickets. We can enforce guest tickets across multiple bookings. So I know that if somebody has a bronze membership, for example, and they get 2 guest tickets that they can share with a friend, if they book those in one booking, the next time that they come in, it's still going to respect that restriction over the course of their membership. So it enforces those limits, and it ensures that you're actually allowing what you want to allow with that membership. So the promotions benefit, this is the one that's really exciting for me. It leverages, and we can go to the next slide, it leverages our existing promotions feature to apply a promotion to any product in the system. So this can be BOGO, it can be % off, it can be $1 off. It can actually just allow access, for example. So once somebody logs in, and you'll note here where that adult ticket prior to that was full price, once they log in, and you can see the menu or the banner up at the top, they're getting a 25% discount as part of that. So if there is a defined limit on admission and guest tickets, somebody can come back in later and add additional guest tickets at a discounted rate as an additional member benefit. All right, next slide. So I think from here, Kaylee, would you mind talking about what happens on the back end after somebody purchases a membership and we start collecting that data?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's obviously what the experience for the member is. But from the back office,
Right.
and those of you that are familiar with Ventrata will know that you can access a booking from different levels. So and that's the same with memberships as well. So I can go in and access from a membership level and see all of the associated bookings, or I could go specifically into a booking and then see the associated membership that's linked to that. Now, from wherever you access this from, you'll be able to see this member activity, which is a little bit small on the screen, but you should be able to see it there. So you'll be able to see this through the back office. And if you click on that, and we jump to the next slide, you'll be able to see that this has now filtered the bookings table specifically on that membership number. And from here, you can see actually what the behavior of that member is. How many bookings do they have associated? How many products have they used? How many of their discounts and free tickets, depending on what benefit they've got assigned to the membership, have they used? You can see the total values, how many people they've bought, what date ranges they're coming from, and you can do all of this filtering, exporting, and also reporting from this view as well. So whether you want to do this underneath a specific member, or actually you want to do this on a higher level and do this across all of your member activity, so it doesn't need to be specific to a specific membership, you have the ability to do that, see all of the usual columns, and also generate reports from there too. So it really is a great way to get those insights for those members.
Excellent. So just to recap, and again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to throw those comments or questions into the comments field here on LinkedIn Live. After the fact, send us a message on our contact form on the website, or again, post on LinkedIn and we'll respond. But to recap, Ventrata, we are now offering the ability to sell time-based memberships, so they can be, weekly, monthly, annual, whatever you want there, with no limits on the available tickets or promotional benefits. And once somebody purchases a membership, those benefits are automatically available. So the next time they log in, they can access those. So another key point to this is members do not have to create an account to log into their membership. So using those magic links, they can access their account with actually logging into account. So a couple of other things that I wanted to mention, we've recently added the ability to take photos on POS terminals. So if somebody purchases online, the first time they show up, you can take a photo and that can be on their member record moving forward. So every time they scan, their photo is going to show up on the scanner. We also have a feature that Kaylee let me know about this morning called challenges. So if you don't want to take pictures, you can actually set what's called a challenge inside Ventrata. And I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here, Kaylee, because I haven't said I was going to do this, but can you kind of talk about how challenges work real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So this will be on either your memberships or actually tickets in general. So say if you've got a specific membership which is for students, but actually you need to verify that they've got student ID, etc. So what you can do is assign a challenge within the back office that for the first time they visit and actually try and redeem that, it will then trigger a challenge to come up to verify that they've got student ID, or maybe it's they brought a senior ticket or something like that with a discount. Any sort of challenge. Exactly. And then once they've done that, it won't come up again. They only need to do it once per membership and for that term as well. So it's a nice feature to have, especially if you don't have those photos.
So it's not going to constantly prompt them every time they come in. Once they get it done, it's done, and we know that. Nice. Excellent. Okay, so the other thing that I want to highlight just on the current features, and this is something that I think is a little bit different than most other companies out there, is we actually can sell memberships on OTA partners. And so for those of you that aren't a Ventrata customer, OTA means online travel agencies. So Get Your Guide, Viator, Expedia. So again, another channel that you can put out there and sell, tap into another market if you want to extend your availability for memberships. And then I think this is all exciting, but we've got more coming in the future. So what's coming next, Kaylee?
Yeah, thank you. So this is a little bit of a snapshot of what we've got on our roadmap. So what you can see here is we've got our short term, and when we say short term, this is the next few weeks. And this will be specifically focused around terminal redemptions. So what we have out of the box currently is your members are able to log in and pre-book their tickets using their benefits. So this will be specifically for free tickets or a promotion off. But what happens if you have a scenario where maybe you're not capacity restricted, you don't need them to pre-book in, and I just want to turn up with my membership? What we're focusing on here is actually that scenario. So they're able to turn up with just their membership card or their digital membership. It can be scanned, and obviously in the back end, it's associating that visit with them. It's validating that they've got the right benefit. They can come in at that date and time if that's the triggers that you've got in place, and they'll be able to enter. And this could be on a turnstile as well. So that's our immediate focus that we are looking at.
Okay. I'm going to interrupt here. So I just want to make sure everybody understands this. If I have a membership and there's no restrictions on capacity, I can just take my card, scan it at a turnstile or a POS, and walk right in. And then create an order and track the redemption automatically. Customer doesn't have to redeem.
Yeah, exactly. So from a guest perspective, it's completely frictionless. But from the back office, you're still getting all of those insights that you would be. I guess the only difference is they're not pre-booking, so you're not getting the insights from how far in advance they're booking. But that at that point, it's obviously a decision by the company and the strategy. So, but yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're all good. Thank you, David.
Go ahead.
Medium term, we will be looking at membership gifting. So for those of you familiar with Entrata, currently we have the ability to have a predefined amount on a gift card, which you can use over a portfolio of products which you define. This specific functionality will allow you to have a one-to-one relationship with a specific product. So I am gifting a VIP membership to you, David, and you can then go on and redeem that specifically. So we are looking to have this in for October. This means that it will be in time for things like Black Friday, where you might have a sales strategy in place, or even Christmas coming up as well. Moving on from there, we'll look at auto renewals. So you can do renewals currently, which is a manual trigger of that. But actually, what does that look like when you have a stored card already in place and you have a flag to say you can auto renew? So we'll be looking at that functionality. We then have Manage My Membership, which we are building a new Manage My booking portal, and this will be extending that functionality that we've got there. So you'll be able to view your membership details, all of the benefits that are included with that, the expiration dates, obviously see and manage the bookings that are underneath it. And then obviously look at maybe resending your membership if you've got a new phone or something like that. And being as that's quite a big product, it does actually have its own roadmap in place as well. So there'll be lots of different iterations on that, but that's just to give you a little rough idea of what will be included in that Manage My Membership. And then lastly, for that medium term, we'll be looking at renewal reminders. So what's your schedule of when you want to send out those renewal reminders, maybe 1 month before, 3 months before, or even a couple of weeks. And actually within those renewal reminders, you'll then have a link, which from a guest perspective will take you all the way through straight to that checkout. And all you're doing is then actually completing that purchase to renew yourself as well. So again, it's taking out as much friction as possible to get people to renew when you want them to, essentially. And then lastly, it's our roadmap. So no specific timelines around this yet. And we are constantly feeding to this as well. So midterm upgrade. So I've got a standard membership. I want to, after 6 months, I've decided I want to go to a premium membership. Right now, you can do this in a manual process on site. But actually, what does that look like in a seamless journey? And that's what we'll be focusing on. Enhanced reporting and insights. So again, like maybe you want to be able to track anyone associated with that membership. So children's memberships as well. Maybe you want like a little dashboard view, and maybe you want to see the full lifetime value of that member, regardless of how many renewals they've had. So that's what we'll be focusing on for that. Then the ability to pause memberships. So I guess the scenario here is if you've got someone in the armed forces, they're being deployed for a couple of months, they have the ability to then pause their memberships and then reinstate it in a couple of months' time when they return. And then lastly, just extending that benefit functionality. So we already have a great offering in place, but perhaps depending on the types of tiers you want, maybe there's quite a complex scenario that you want to do where you have 2 free tickets, then you get 2 at 50% and then 2 at 25%, all for the same product within a 1 month period. This extending this benefits functionality basically gives you the flexibility to do all of that on top of each other. So that's what we'll be looking at. And there's more to come, but there's just a quick snapshot for you.
So actually, just on that extending benefit functionality, we've got a few questions here, and I think one of these questions may fall into that category. So Harriet asks if we can offer member loyalty on secondary spend. So if they're a second-year member, so that somebody has renewed a membership, can we offer them an incentive to renew, essentially, and give them a 25% discount on food and beverage, but only if they're a second-year member? And I think that may be future functionality.
So we could do this in a roundabout way where you almost have a second product set up for a second year membership, which you could then assign it. So you could do it now, but obviously that's not the nicest journey, and having another product to manage. So yes, absolutely, this would be part of that extending that benefits functionality. Thank you, Harriet.
Yeah, if you have a follow-up question there, Harriet, feel free to throw that in the comments. Going to go to Luca in Mont-Tremblant. Can you set rules to limit the amount of free tickets usage via membership? And I see where he's going this year with this, because they offer multiple activities. So could he buy a membership that gives 3 or 5 admissions to a selection of products?
Yep, exactly that. So the functionality you have when you're setting this up, and you'll be able to have a play around with this as well, Luca, in the back office. So have a look at the portal. Sorry, what am I saying? The knowledge base for the article. But essentially, you'll be able to set limits on how often they could exchange it for a specific product, or how often actually over that product, that membership life cycle, could you then exchange for a whole array of products as well. So there's different ways of putting the limits on there and what that looks like. But yeah, there's the full flexibility to do that.
Nice. Looks like a final question. Tenzing asked, does the challenge prompt every time the product is scanned? And I think I can answer this one, which the way it's set up is that you only have to do it once. So the idea is when somebody's challenged, they validate that challenge, like a membership with a military discount, for example. If they show their military ID, yes, we know that, Kaylee has her military ID, and she's good, correct?
Exactly that. And also a great way of actually seeing this is you can report on it in the back end as well. There's a flag called challenge, and it will say yes or no. I think that's the term. I might be completely wrong there, but there is a column. So you can actually filter on how many people have had their challenge accepted. And then as soon as it's yes, again, that will feed through to the terminal devices, and you'll be able to see that it won't be challenged again after that.
Excellent. Well, we're right at time. So if anybody else has any questions, feel free to use the contact us form on our website. There's a QR code if you want to scan. But outside of that, Kaylee, thank you for your time. I did want to mention we do our next webinar is with our partner Tour Optima, which is an amazing deep integration with Entrata. Would definitely invite you guys to join that. And that schedule is out on our LinkedIn page as well as our website. So, we got one more question. How can they top up their membership card? Topping up, I'm not sure it's going to carry value.
No value to it. But if we're talking about renewals, then at the moment, then you can trigger a new renewal. So it would effectively be taking out another membership at that point, or we can trigger auto renewals when that functionality comes in as well. I think, Chirag, that's maybe what you're asking. But if there's something more specific to that, let us know, or ping me directly. That's fine.
Perfect. We had 10 seconds left, so I thought I'd squeeze that one in. All right. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. And again, if you have questions, contact us on the website or LinkedIn. Appreciate it.